For this lesson, we're going to focus on how exactly to move around inside of a scenery scene. So we'll start this in a couple parts, and we'll do the first one, which is the easiest, and that's the panning. So if I take my finger and I drag downward from the top, you'll see that we pan across the scene. Likewise, if I were to do it on the bottom, I would get the same effects. And if I do left to right, you'll notice that we get this as well. The panning function also is able to do something with the orbit, but we first need to learn how to orbit. In order to orbit, you take two fingers, you place them in the center of the screen, and then you begin to orbit around the scene. This allows you to move around and get the view you want, like if we go to the opposite side and we go back. Now, it is to note with panning, if we were to orbit downward and be at basically a 90 degree, we would be able to pan up and down and left and right. And if I orbit back the other way, I'm able to then go into the panning motion of left to right and forward and backward. The last thing that we want to look at is exactly how we zoom inside of a scene. And zooming is just like any other application. You're able to pinch and go inward, and this allows you to pinch wherever you are looking. Like say we want to go closer to this billboard in the scene, we can see that as we pinch closer, we're able to move in on the billboard. And likewise, if we pinch outward, we're able to move out. So this kind of wraps up the different movements inside of a level. The last thing that we could look at is to hide all of the viewport. And to do this, we have the four-finger press. So if you take all of your digits of your hand, except for your thumb, and you press simultaneously on the screen, you'll notice that we have now hidden the UI. And if we go back, we can do the same thing with the four fingers and bring the UI back. And this concludes the lesson on how exactly we navigate inside of a scene, and then a bonus tip on how you can hide and show the UI.